Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. Welcome once again to Astronomy Daily Live. And I'm just posting the fact that I am live. Yay, somehow I remembered nerd hype, nerd hype. So, yeah, I hope everybody's doing well out there. It's kind of funny. I would say 90% of the time, 90% of the time. So I've been doing this daily live streaming now for a few months, since January, I guess. Um, and um, I would say that um, I would say that between 80 and 90% of the time, I I don't know what I'm just starting up my live stream over here on my smartphone so I can monitor the live thing just to make sure that I'm live. But yeah, 80 to 90% of the time, I would say, I do not know. Hey there, Uncle Bill. Hey there, Bobby. Nice to see you in the chat. Um, 80 to 90% of the time, I do not know what I'm going to sort of uh, um, pull out of my pocket if nobody really has anything in terms of topics or anything. I've got tons, right? And that's sort of the problem is that there's so much. It's like what you know what do I talk about, right? What am I going to show off? And it's usually in the last half hour, right? Starting at 1:30 UTC and until now, where it's like just bang, 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 bang. All these ideas start popping, right? And it's like, oh yeah, I should talk about that, and oh yeah, I should talk about that, and all of these things pop up. Hey there, Tom. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hope all is well in your world. Everything's okay here. We're actually getting some sort of what I call pre-monsoon weather. We noticed yesterday, was it yesterday or this morning, that the humidity went up, and being dry most of the time, you get really sensitive to when the dew point goes up and the humidity starts to rise, and so yeah, it's definitely um, I mean, and relatively speaking, now it's still really dry, right? But the humidity's probably, I would say, doubled at least. So it it was probably around 10 or 15 percent or so, and now it's, I would definitely say it's around 25 or 30. I don't know exactly. That's just a guess. But yeah, so it's sort of pre-monsoon. We've got some clouds. We're expecting maybe some storms this weekend. So yeah, sort of pre-monsoon. Usually the monsoons around here start around the 4th of July. Uh, I always say, you know, the real fireworks start on the 4th of July. So that's pretty consistent, but we'll oftentimes have sort of these pre-monsoon uh, things where things are just starting to go. So it's sort of revving up for the season. So yeah, as I said, pretty funny. I definitely don't worry about it or panic in any way. But it's just an interesting thing that I really don't know. Most of the time, I really don't know what uh, what this live stream is going to be until like right before, and then, as I said, it just sort of flashes, and it's like, okay, I've got this and 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 if uh, I always like to have quite a few things, and you know, as I keep saying, this is a circle of friends. I'm just the host. So if there are um, topics that you want to bring up in any way, I mean, questions, that kind of thing, that's fine. Rest assured that you know uh, I'm I'm not really here as the answer man. I'm uh, you know I guess I know a few things, but everybody knows a few things, so I'm no different at all. I'm just more than anything else, I'm curious, I'm skeptical, and I'm open minded and thirsty. Cheers. Ah, that's a fresh batch. That's nice. That's nice. It is the hydrogen hydroxide again. Nice calming molecule. So yeah, very very cool. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Doing well. Um, so yeah, see, um, so in this past half hour or so, just all these things have been like, oh man, I should talk about this, I should talk about this, talk about this. I guess I guess probably where I should start, just because it's sort of an event that is going to be happening in the next 24 hours, is the fact that Mercury is going to be going through superior conjunction. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go to infinity, which I thoroughly like. Some people don't like that. I think it's cool. I mean, I like infinity. um, so yeah, so let's go over to Soho again, right? There's the link up there. I hope you can see it. Hey there, hip. What is happening? What is happening? Way-ho. Are you actually outside on your porch? I think that's very cool. If that's true, I think that's very cool. So Mercury is going to be doing its superior conjunction, and you know what? Maybe I should start over here. I made a couple of charts, solar system charts, with stellarium. As I said, literally within the past 15 minutes or so, um, half an hour or so. And so here's two maps showing sort of the inner solar system and the outer solar system. So here's the inner solar system. So this is as if we were looking um, at the solar system from above. From above. It's taking a little while to load this, but that's okay. So here's the sun, right? Whoop. So here's the sun. Here's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So as you can see, right, if you sort of draw a line here, um, oh, come on, you stupid machine. Um, these three things are lining up pretty good, pretty well, right? In the next day or so, right? Way over here. And these things are all going to be in alignment, right? So as it is now, being on Earth, we sort of have to, you know, wait for Mars to rise, right? Because it isn't at opposition yet. It isn't on the opposite side of the sun yet. Earth is gonna Earth is gonna swing around here. Earth, of course, is orbiting the sun a little faster. So Earth, in a little while, not too long or so, Earth is going to catch up to Mars. Mars, of course, is moving too, but slower than Earth. So Earth is going to catch up to Mars. It catches up to Mars. That will be when Mars is at opposition, which means it is in the opposite side of the sky than than the sun. That also means, of course, that Mars rises when the sun sets, and Mars will set when the sun rises. So they're on opposite sides of the sky. Yeah, very cool. That's not going to happen for a while. The really exciting event right now is that Mercury is going to be on the other side of the sun, and there's a spacecraft that will allow us to watch that happening pretty much live. So let me load this. You can sort of get a sneak preview here. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go look at the GIF movies because we want to see a movie of this event. So this is the narrow field um, field view on SOHO, and it's loading one image at a time. So this takes a little while. It starts back on. See that it starts back on June 2nd. Yeah. So it takes a little bit of time to load all these images, but you can sort of see that there's a little bit of motion. And once all these images are loaded up, then we'll really get a good chance. So let's go back to here, and we'll just sort of look and see. See, so from Earth, right, looking at the sun, Venus is to the left of the sun, right, which is exactly right. It's an evening star right now, right? The sun is going to set first, and then Venus is going to set later. And as you can see, Venus is pretty much as far away from the sun from our point of view that it's going to get. That's what's called maximum elongation. And I don't know, let's sort of tie all these together. I was going to go back over to Cloudy Nights. Cloudy Nights is an awesome forum. Very, very active. Uh, nice people, smart, know their shit. Oh yeah. So let's see. I wanted to maybe go through a few more events on the calendar for June, but let's look really quick and see if Venus actually does uh, does go through its maximum elongation. That's usually what that's called. Let's just look for elongation. Nope, there's no elongation, huh? I would think it's getting awfully close. Just just looking at this, right? I mean, yeah, maybe it's got another few days because Earth is going to be moving a little bit. So yeah, maybe, but it's getting pretty close to being as far away from the sun as it's going to get. But as you can see, uh, it's moving this way, right? And Venus goes around the sun faster than the Earth, so it's actually going to catch up to the Earth until it gets to this point, which is called inferior conjunction, and then it's going to start moving away from the Earth again. Of course, the Earth is moving at the same time, so it's not going to happen at this location, but you sort of get the idea, right? So yeah, um, so since Venus is going to appear, well, is actually going to be getting closer and closer to the Earth, it's going to appear to get larger and larger and larger, right? But it's also going to start showing a phase, right? It's going to be starting to look more like the moon in sort of a crescent type of a thing, right? Um, so yeah, that's just something to look forward to. Let's go to the outer, sort of the outer planets. I didn't go all the way out. I just went out to Saturn. Um, Uranus and Neptune don't matter, right? Who cares about them? They're just they're just planets. That's all. Who cares? All right, so here's Earth again, right? So what Mars was over here, Venus was over here, Mercury was about here, all right? So you can see that Jupiter is now past opposition quite a ways, right? And as Earth zips around here, of course, it's moving faster around the sun than Jupiter is. Uh, yeah, Jupiter is going to appear to be moving across the background stars. And as you can see, Saturn out here, uh, pretty soon in the next month or so, right? Saturn's going to be at opposition also. So yeah, Mars and Saturn should be at opposition. I guess sometime in July. That's my guess. That's my guess. But again, I like to look at these from time to time just to give myself sort of a perspective. Where are we? Right? Where are we? And the fact of the matter is, folks, right, that we are flying through deep space, right? We are in deep space right now, right? I mean, uh, we always, sort of think of deep space as like far, far, far away, but it's like that's a relative term, right? So I mean, we are flinging through space, through deep space, right? It's absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. In fact, I did a calculation a couple of months ago, right? That if you take into account Earth's rotation, right, rotating on its axis once a day, right, and then you take into account Earth's motion around the sun, and you take into account uh, the solar system's motion around the galaxy, it turns out that we're moving about almost 1,000,000 kilometers per hour, right? Something like 800,000 kilometers per hour. We are moving through the galaxy, and that really, that's a humbling thought because do you feel anything? I don't feel anything, right? But the cool thing is that we can look out to the sky and see other things moving and realize that the reason why those other things are moving primarily is because we are moving. So yeah, it's just, I think it gives us an interesting perspective. It's not exactly what is that called, um, the overlook effect, but to a certain extent, I think it does. Right? I mean, at least it does for me. Right? You know, to know that I'm here right now. Right? And I can look towards the sun. I can look on the opposite side of the sun and see, um, Saturn over there, and Mars over here, and Venus over on this side, you know, and it just, I don't know, it's, I like it. I like it. I sort of appreciate having that kind of perspective. And being an astronomer affords me the opportunity to do that. I don't know, uh, it's very exciting and humbling at the same time. You know, to know, you know, to sort of get an idea, sort of a bigger grasp of what our situation is and how insane it is, right? I mean, this is crazy, right? All right, I think this movie has loaded, so let's take a look here. Yeah, so now it's running really fast, and I know on the stream it's not going to be as smooth, but look at that. Look what just flew in. That's Mercury. That's Mercury. Yeehaw. So it's doing a loop here. So you can see, you know, the date and the UT time on the bottom. And it looks like Mercury pops in about right at the end of June 4th. Now, I noticed a little skip here, right, where Mercury sort of went from here to here. That just means that you know, uh, they weren't showing any kind of data or anything. Did you see that little jerk there? Let's see if I can see it on the live stream. It's a pretty smooth live stream. Yeah, it does sort of jerk. The other interesting thing, you know, I mean, this is a very dynamic place, right? I mean, you can sort of see how the these streams, which are real, right? These are real things that are coming off of the sun, um, change so dramatically over the course of a few days, right? I mean, you really notice it when it jumps back to the beginning um, of the loop, because you really see how much it changes. Look how fast Mercury moves. Now, remember, you know, the Mercury is on the other side of the sun, right? This is what's called superior conjunction. So it's on the opposite side of the sun. But its motion and, well, you know, the combination of its motion and um, our motion make it appear to move really fast. I think this is supposed to be sort of, you know, the edge of the sun. You know, the disk of the sun is here, so you can sort of see how fast Mercury moves, right? I mean, it's screaming. The other interesting thing that I see here, and I don't know if it's part of the actual stream coming from the sun or not, but you see this little divot here? I don't know if that's an artifact in the camera or if that's, you know, really going on. Don't know. Don't know. Now it's a little bit harder. I don't know if you can see any of these moving stars back here, but there's a few moving background stars. And I don't know if you can see that in the on the live stream or not. Kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, what an amazing dynamic place the sun is. But as you can see, you know, Mercury isn't going to be going exactly behind the sun. It's going to be missing it at a small angle, right? About the diameter of the sun or so. It's going to miss it a little bit more, maybe not much though. So pretty close, pretty close. And you can see how noisy the images are too. Do you see all the sparklies here? Those are all like cosmic ray events Lots of cosmic rays. Yeah, pretty much all the time. So let's look at this one too. So there's Mercury there. You can see the Hyades, right? They're sort of moving out of the field of view now, but we'll be able to watch Mercury pretty much all the way in. So there's that. There's the solar system. Uh, you like that, Hip? Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's absolute wow. It's absolute incredible wow. We're so lucky to be able, to witness this kind of stuff now. It's just, I mean, we're so casual about it, but it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. This is loading nice and slow. But that's my internet out in the middle of nowhere. We're lucky to have internet at all. So, wow. I just went through a glass of hydrogen hydroxide just like that. Bang. You can see a few of the background stars, but you see all the cosmic rays and stuff. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. You can actually count those. I've done it. I have software that'll do it. Count the lengths and the brightnesses and of course the number. See, and as you can see right there, it's starting to go behind this darker area, and that darker area is about where the other one picks up, the red one picks up, so-called Lasco C2. All right, so here's the whole movie now. Excuse me. So there goes Mercury, superior conjunction. Yay! Now, when did this actually say that this is supposed to happen? It's supposed to happen. Oh, that's right. It's happening today. It's happening like right now. That's right. At 2 hours UTC on the 6th of June, which was 28 minutes ago. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So happy um, superior conjunction to Mercury. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm a little confused as to why the stellarium map doesn't show it exactly on the opposite side of the sun from Earth. I'm going to have to understand that a little better. Um, I don't know if that's a setting of some sort that I don't have in there right. Maybe I'm not correcting for light time. Mm, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to investigate that a little bit because yeah, that should be looking down from above. That should be exactly the Earth and Mercury should be exactly right in between. So yeah, let's go look at Mercury at superior conjunction. There it is. Yeah. So cool. Check it out. So here's the sun, and you see, I mean, Mercury's really close. What time was this taken? 1:25 UTC. So this is an hour ago, right? This image was taken an hour ago. I love it. I love it. So I'm actually gonna let's look at a higher res image. I think they have higher res images here. Um, I thought they did. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can find it full screen. Um, I thought they had. Oh, you know what? Maybe that was the right place. Was that the right place? Let's look at the archive. Let's see if there's a. No, that's not one. Oh, real time. No, that's just what we were looking at. All right. Well, that's good enough. That's good enough. Um, okay, that's not what I want. That's good enough. Sun now. Does this? I think that just brings me right back to where we were. Okay. All right. This is good enough for sure. Is that awesome or what? I would like to see, because you know, at 125, right? It was just, this is superior conjunction, right? So it's a little bit before, which makes total sense, right? It's at 125. I'm just wondering if they're going to update. Well, maybe we'll check that over the course of the next half hour or so. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's okay. So I've got to activate OC longitude. Okay, let me, Uncle Bill. I'm gonna, while you guys are looking at the sun there and Mercury, I'm gonna pull up Stellarium really, really quick and just see if that helps, because yeah, that when I saw that, it's like, that looks like it's a day off, something like that. So, okay, let me. I can do this really, really quick here. Whoop. I can do this really quick because it's Solar System Observer, and then I X that out, and then I zoom in on the sun. Whoop. Whoop. Where'd it go? There's the sun. So zoom in on the sun. Sorry that you can't see this. I cannot run Stellarium on my poor laptop. There's just no way. Um, it's too much. It's too much for it. So sorry about that, but that's how it goes. Show planet orbit, show planet markers. And so what you're saying, Uncle Bill, is uh, activate OC longitude in your Stellarium settings. Okay, Stellarium settings. Stellarium settings. Where are my Stellarium settings? Is that a window? Where is that, Uncle Bill? Help me, Uncle Bill. Help, help. Yeah, where do I set that though? So where do I activate OC longitude? You got to hold my hand a little bit here, Uncle Bill. Why don't I'm going to go back to my, let's stop sharing. And I'm going to go back to, I probably found it in the key bindings. Let's see. I don't know where the key bindings are. Is that under configuration, navigation, keyboard navigation? Gotta help me, Uncle Bill. Tools. What am I looking for? Man, I'm looking for longitude, OC longitude. All right, I'm not gonna, if I can't find it in the next couple of seconds here, I'm just not going to, because, I'm not going to mess around with these kinds of things when I've got these nice people here sitting around in the virtual circle talking astronomy, and they're watching me mess around with who knows what. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, OC longitude. There it is. So it's under markings, under view. Let's see. Does that help at all? Well, viewing options, sky, show planet markers. Let's see. Let me make this bigger. I thought that I did that. Trail only, simulate light speed, show orbits. Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I'm not seeing any planets now. I'm not even seeing really the sun. Oh, because the absolute scale is 0. Let me knock this down. Okay, just give me a couple more seconds here. I just want to see if this makes any difference at all. I'm still not seeing any planet markers. That's kind of strange. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess with that anymore. The fact of the matter is that we are at Mercury superior conjunction. So yay. Let's. I'm going to. I'll share my screen again here and hide that and go back over here, and I'm going to update this again. See if there's an update. No update. Okay, we'll continue to look here. The other thing that I wanted to point out, I guess, is yesterday, as you recall, we were over on the HST archive, and I wanted to pull down some FITS images, the actual raw data, right? And I'm going to let's get rid of this. Um, and we were looking at this galaxy, right? NGC 1436, right? And I was having a little bit of a fit because when I clicked on this to actually grab the FITS image, it was coming up with this really weird name, which it's like, you know, everyone has certain expectations. And so I had expectations on what the file name should be called, all of that, right? Well, it turns out that was exactly correct. I just had to rename it in some way. So let's do something fun, and um, let's let's look at some images of Saturn, the HST. We don't have to resolve anything in terms of names because Saturn is Saturn. And we can actually grab the FITS images from this, which is exactly what I want to be able to do. So let's see. Let's sort these this way. I'm going to come back over to my chat. Thanks, Uncle Bill, for the pointer. So, um, uh, yeah. All right. So let's see. Let's look at the latest Saturn images here. Most of these aren't available yet. right? Most of these, yeah, preview for this observation not available. So let's go down. You know, this data is proprietary for a while, but here's some from 2013. Let's see if that's available. Ah, it is. Ain't that pretty? Right, so let's grab the actual fits image, right? And it's all I have to do is click on that, and then I can just rename it whatever I want. Saturn 001 dot fits. Like that, see? So let's see. That guy was okay. It looks like these are all taken at the same wavelength. So I'm not gonna be able to do much with that. Wow, these guys took a lot of Saturn images. Look at all these. This is all the same proposal ID. So they took tons of Saturn images. Whoop, that's a different one. Wow, I wonder what they were up to. Should we find out? Let's find out what these guys were up to. We can look at the proposal abstract, right? So auroral emissions are a vital tool in diagnosing the dynamics of planetary magnetospheres. While Saturn's southern UV auroras have been observed with high sensitivity cameras on board the Hubble Space Telescope, the northern auroras have only been observed at very oblique angles. Our understanding of Saturn's auroral emissions is thus okay. So these are they're looking for aurora on Saturn. Wow. So let's see that's very intriguing. That's very intriguing. Let's see if they caught any, right? I mean, that's pretty much um, what they're doing here, right? Is they're taking a 500 two sets of 500-second exposures at this, well, through this filter, and then two sets or three sets. Yeah, it sort of varies, I guess, but they're flipping between filters, right? And I assume that this means 125 nanometers, which is very ultraviolet, very ultraviolet. So let's just see if, oh yeah, look at that. I think we're seeing aurora here, right? That looks a little strange looking. Oh, that's pretty cool. See, so that's with 125. Let's look at 115. Yeah, we're seeing something there. Look at that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I assume that that is the north. I'm not sure. Not sure. Hip, you're crazy. I like you. So let's grab this one as a fits image, and we'll call it Saturn 00. What did I call the other one? 002. Not fits. Okay. Cool. Let's just see, because there's a ton of them here, right? Yeah, there's a ton of them. Let's just look at this one. Oh yeah. Wow. Really, really, what I should do, what I should do is I should make a movie of these. You know what? Because look, I mean, that is very different. right? That's extremely different from that, right? Ooh, man, I should make a movie, huh? Yeah, I should make a movie. All right, well, maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning. Yeah, wow, it almost vanishes there. But so what you can do now, right? These are FITS images. And so I can start up this program that's called FITS Liberator. And let's take a look at Saturn 1.fits. So this is what comes up at first. It gives you sort of a color table here, white level um, table. And of course, you can see the planet there. And it gives you all kinds of information, um, 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 coordinates, brightnesses, width, height, all that good stuff. Very, very cool. Um, but then what you can do is you can actually look at the image header. Remember, I was talking a couple of days ago about FITS files and how how they're sort of divided up into two parts. There's the header, which is just all the um, image information, and then there is the data itself, and those are actual numbers corresponding to brightness levels that are measured on your detector, right? I mean, be it a CCD camera for imaging or some kind of spectrometer, anything else. Yeah, FITS, 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 as in flexible image transport system. And yes, it gives me fits constantly. But yeah, yeah, well, the thing is about color pictures, right? Is that um, uh, we sort of make up the colors, right? The only thing that we're really sensitive to is brightnesses at certain wavelengths, and so uh, since we're only sensitive to brightness, there's only grayscale. There really only is grayscale. We actually put the color into things. That's us doing that. Our brains are doing that. That's not what's actually happening, right? Um, but yeah, let's look at the header of this data so you can sort of get a good idea as as to what astronomers sort of deal with in terms of data. So this is a typical HST header file, and it's got all the info that you would ever want to have, right? So here's the size of the image, 1382 by 1360. It's 16-bit data, right? So it has a dynamic range of from 0 to 65535. Um, you can see the date and the time that that this image was acquired and processed. Of course, it's IRAF, of course. And then just tons and tons and tons of information, right? Sun angle, moon angle, uh, uh, sun altitude. Yeah, the altitude of the sun above Earth's limb, the date of the observation, exposure start, exposure end, exposure time, which was 500 seconds. Um, Science instrument um, configuration, just all kinds of settings, right? All kinds of settings that are useful to those who uh, need to keep track of these kinds of things and are you know otherwise completely useless to um, the rest of us. But this is all metadata, tons and tons of metadata. Yes, colors are all in our heads. There is no color out there. We make those. Just like sound. So that is a typical Hubble Space Telescope um, um, fits image header. These numbers here are um, what's used to um, calculate um, the positions of all the stars. Um, this is the so-called plate solution. This is it right there. And this Sierra Val 1, Sierra Val 2, this is most likely the right ascension and declination of the exact center of the image. Units of science product. So let's see, what else do they have here? World coordinate system and related parameters, geometry keywords. Oh yeah, just tons and tons and tons. Tons and tons of data. Okay, well that's it. That's all the metadata for this. Now there actually is a metadata tag here, which I think just sort of organizes the fits image a little bit. Which yeah, I think there's a lot more useful information in the actual header. I like to go to the source, right? I like to hear things from the horse's mouth, that kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, this is a pretty cool sequence, right? And I mean, what we're seeing here, right, is a sequence of time. So let's see. This starts on. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess with this a little bit, but yeah, see 518, 519, 520, 521, 522. So yeah, there's a few days worth of images there, and then they've got some back uh, in April in April of um, in April of 2013 as well, on the 5th and the 19th and the 20th and 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So yeah, I might be able to make a couple movies there. I wonder if any of these show the aurora. Yeah, there's some aurora there too. Wow, that's going to be kind of fun. I'm sort of looking forward to that. Seeing if I can make a couple of movies out of these. That'll kind of be cool. Yeah, it definitely changes. Oh, that's 423. 421. We'll look down here somewhere. I don't remember. Here's April 5th, 2013. Let's see. Oh wow, that's a bright aurora. Wow. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to see any auroras on Saturn, but there we go. Now, I don't think we've got all this stuff up here that was just recently done, right? 2016. I don't think these images are available yet. No, they're not. So these are still under proprietary access only. So we're not going to be able to see those. So we can just see things back from 2013, but that's good enough. That's good enough. Very cool. Very cool to see auroras on Saturn. Wow. Now let's see if SOHO has updated its image yet of Mercury and the Sun. Nope, it doesn't look like it's been up. Oh, yeah, it did, 148. So just over an hour ago now. That's what things look like at the Sun about an hour ago, an hour and 8 minutes ago. So yeah, they did update it, and yeah, it's getting a little closer, a little closer. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You can see there's sort of a little bit of diffraction going on here on the edge of this mask. This is an actual, physical mask, that they have as part of the instrumentation. And so, you know, when light goes through an or goes over an edge like that, you get this, funny diffraction pattern. So, but that is just an optical effect, right? That's not actually happening at the sun. The thing that I'm sort of interested in is this thing, this this dark feature here. I don't, as I said, I don't know if that's a an artifact, um, as part of the optics or part of the detector, or if that's actually some kind of a structure in that stream. I don't know. I don't know. Um, uh, okay, yeah, we can do that, Uncle Bill. Coordinate systems. There are quite a few of them, and yeah, we should probably do that. Yeah. Okay. I will put that on my list. I'll put that on my list. So very, very cool. Let's see. Trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to do here. I'm kind of excited about this Saturn thing now. Watching watching the aurora on Saturn. I like it. I like it. So I've been keeping an eye on the AAS tweets and haven't seen anything, too wild and exciting. It's all really, really cool stuff, and it's it, it's nice. It's nice to not have to be there, but sort of have an idea of what's going on. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I think that'll be going on for the next couple days or so. I think it goes till, what day is this? Is this I guess this is still Tuesday for me. Is that right? Yeah, so I think it's got a couple more days. I think it ends on Thursday. The Thursday the I guess that would be the 7th. Yeah, Thursday the 7th of June. Yeah. So yeah, AAS is always very, very cool. One of these days I'm gonna get to one of those meetings, I just have to have a good reason to go, right? I mean, it's not that I'm against it or anything. I just, that sort of goes for most things I do. I've got to have a, some kind of reason to do it. I'm not into doing things just to do them, right? Or because they're the popular thing or anything like that. I'm very utilitarian that way, I guess. It's that if I need things or if I have to go somewhere, I will. But otherwise, no, I'm not going to. All right, well, cool. I think trying to think if there's anything else. Anything else? I guess the only thing that we really didn't get to very much is continuing celestial events for June, the celestial calendar. Um, we really didn't finish that up, but maybe we can touch on that um, tomorrow night or maybe the night after. Who knows? Who knows? This is so casual and fun. I mean, even I really don't know what the subject matter is going to be until pretty much we 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 start. So yeah, pretty sure that the confusion with the conjunction um, must have been looking at an equatorial grid instead of the um, instead of the ecliptic grid. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works when it's a solar system view, though. So yeah, I'll play with that. But yeah, I think you're on to something there. So yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna get out of here for this evening. My evening at least. It is 3:02 UTC. So yeah, hope everybody has a great evening, a great day. Um, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to do that. I think I'm up to 97 now. So as I said, when I hit 100, and I'm consistently 100 for a week, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a new camera. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new one that hopefully I'll be able to control a little bit. See, because this camera is zoomed in a little bit, right? So you're just, you're getting my big ugly head, and that's it. I'd like to be able to zoom out a little bit, change the brightness and the contrast. I want a little bit more control because with this, I have none. I have absolutely none. I mean, I don't even have um, um, that much of a focus. I mean, I think it has some kind of an auto focus because I can feel it when it tries. But I mean, I've got a manual focus on this too. You see, so I can do that. I can go way out of focus that way, way out of focus that way, and then and that's just by me rotating the lens on the front of the thing. It's on a thread. so it's extremely primitive. So yeah, when I have a consistent for a week, I'm going to get a new camera that will hopefully be a little bit better than this one. Now, yeah, I don't know if that's going to change, the quality at all, but hopefully I'll have a little bit more control. So that'll be nice. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Peace, cheers. I will see you again in just a little tiny bit less than 23 hours from now. 22 hours and 56 minutes. So set your timer, and we'll be back. We'll be back again doing something astronomical. You never really know. Um, but it is astronomy and or science, those kinds of things, right? And just fun, casual, laid back, enjoy, right? Sit back and enjoy. Um, we can go deep, right? We can go deep occasionally. We can go shallow just as occasionally. Sometimes I like to go right in the middle. So, yeah, yeah. All right. Peace, cheers, and all of that. I will see you on the spin. All right. Take care, everybody.